My very first scene with Mr. Shahrukh Khan that I shot for Main Hoon Na, I remember it was this scene, which was an emotional scene in the film, where Major Ram has been asked to leave the campus, and it's his last moment of interaction with everybody that he had a rapport with. And he has this moment with Satisha and Bindu ji and all the students, and then he comes to Sanjana, and I remember I was standing with this, I was wearing this pink sweatery top, and I had this straight long hair, and Farah had said that Sanjana looks at Major Ram, and there's this emotional outburst, and she just starts crying. She just completely crumbles, and she said, if you feel like, you can also hug Major Ram. So before we shot this scene, and they were lighting for this scene, and they were also shooting with the different actors, Farah kept coming to me and said, you will cry now in the scene? You will cry now? I mean, she did not want me to use, like glycerine and have these glycerine tear eye drops. She wanted me to actually feel the emotion and cry. And it was not just crying, it was an outburst. So I remember she kept coming to me, and she kept telling, she said this to me almost 2-3 times, that you will cry now in the scene, you will cry now. So there was this pressure that was building up, and I remember we did this scene, and that was the first moment where Mr. Khan came, and then he stood next to me, and I looked into his eyes, and he looked into my eyes with that emotion of that moment. And I don't know what happened to me. I just burst into tears. And when I burst into tears, I mean, it was a cut, and the shot was done, and it was approved, and I could not stop crying. It was like this, the tears were not stopping, and I didn't know what to do, and I just took myself to the corner, and I was sitting, and I was still crying, and Mr. Khan was sitting a little away from me at the monitor. He was looking at the shot on the monitor, and I kept crying. And then I got up, I walked up to him, and I said, it was only because of you that I was still crying. I was like, it was only because of you that I could do it. So, and he just looked at me and said, no, you were very good. You were very good. You were very good. I had very brief interaction with him. That was my first interaction with him off camera. He just said, no, you were very good. You were very good. And there was such a beautiful feeling, of having done this scene so successfully.